Paul, what is the Infinity Zone and why did it come about?
The Infinity Zone really was inspired by movements that I was doing as a kid. I was a tennis player, and when I was around 12, I was introduced to Tai Chi, and one of the basic movements, my father and I used to stand around and do what we call the figure eight, which was really a hybrid form of the Tai Chi movement. And being a tennis player, I always was looking for ways to improve, and I felt that somehow there was something in this Tai Chi movement. And the more you get into the figure eight motion, the more the infinity symbol sort of comes into play. So I was involved with thinking about infinity at a very early age, and considering in terms of tennis and in terms of also music and art, which there was a lot in my family. So
The Infinity Zone in action, what is that like? How can you characterize that?
I always felt that, society and culture was not always explaining the whole story. And so I always had to look underneath the surface in order to figure out what the true story was and what the truth of the story was. And I grew up in a time when we distrusted government, and we really felt empowered to try to figure things out ourselves. And I think the Infinity Zone was always that striving to understand something more than what you just hear in school or on the television. And I always tried to figure out what it was and how to describe it, and really looked way outside the normal box in order to find material that would help solve, the mystery to me. So I always felt there was a mystery to really understanding, the truth, about the cosmos and why we're here.